Well, good morning. Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center. Another quick video update on the scenario that is panning out here across the Arklatex. We do now have a tornado watch that is currently in effect for a small part of the Arklatex, basically East Texas. You can see this area of red here. That is where the National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch that is in effect until 6 p.m. as we will be watching thunderstorms coming north eastward out of central Texas towards our area. I mentioned this in the or not the live, but the last video update that I did earlier, that we would be watching those thunderstorms making their way into the region. Here's a look at latest look at pinpoint Doppler, and you can see a pretty good cluster of thunderstorms right now making its way into the southern sections of Sabine Parish. Been watching this thunderstorm as it's been rolling its way towards the north and east. Likely do have some hail associated with it. Again, just to review, these pink arrows here, those are basically severe thunderstorm indicators pointing out to us, and don't be surprised if we have a warning come out with this one here relatively soon, as again this one very possibly could be producing some quarter-sized hail, and that will pass very close to the Manny, Louisiana area. Actually, Florina, I should say. Fisher is where it's going to go through. This would be Fisher right there. So it looks like the brunt of this, the hail core there, is going to move through Fisher, Louisiana at 11:05. Florine, it'll pick up in terms of some of the strongest activity there at 11:05. So again, some hail probably associated with this cell, which is now just to the south of Negrete and headed down towards the Fisher, Louisiana area, and eventually this could pass towards Provençal, Bellwood, and Natchez. No warnings as of yet, but wouldn't be surprised if we see one coming out of this. Definitely looking at some hail associated with that thunderstorm. I have a few more cells popping up here over parts of East Texas, Northwest Louisiana. These not severe, and as I change the radar to what's happening to our southwest, you can see the thunderstorms now moving through Dallas. Our models forecasting this activity to weaken somewhat as it moves to the north and east. Our concern will be these thunderstorms that are now ongoing further to the south, down towards Waco and Austin. These moving towards the northeast at 50, as I calculated earlier, and so that would put those into the Arklatex here early afternoon. So again, that's what we're kind of looking at right now. We do still have, as I mentioned, that tornado watch, which has been issued for East Texas. It's in effect until 6 p.m. Very likely we'll see more watches as this event continues to unfold here across the Arklatex later on today. But as of right now, we just have that one tornado watch for East Texas. Does include Jefferson, Marshall, Carthage Center, as well as Longview, Gilmer, and Henderson there in East Texas. All those areas in red. But keep in mind, elsewhere in the Arklatex, just because you don't have a watch doesn't mean you're done. The Storm Prediction Center indicating that we do have that enhanced risk for severe weather. Wind and hail, probably wind the biggest concern, as you can see here. Tornadoes possible, as well as some large hail, as we are seeing with that storm right now down in Sabine Parish. Eventually, we're going to see a growing localized flash flood threat across the Arklatex here, but that's something which will probably begin to unfold later in the weekend after we receive more in terms of rain. So that's the latest on what we're looking at right now. Again, just a quick reminder that an update that we do have the tornado watch for East Texas that's in effect until 6 p.m. as we're watching thunderstorms that are now firing up here across parts of the southern sections of the Arklatex. The strongest storm right now in Sabine Parish, moving to the northeast. We have stronger storms further to the southwest, which will move through later on this afternoon. Calculated probably 2 o'clock or so, we'll see this move into the Arklatex. So that's the latest here from the Forecast Center. Be sure to keep an eye on ArklatexHomepage.com. Here in the next couple of hours, we will begin live coverage of the storms as they continue to develop across the region right here on our website. And of course, we'll break in the regular programming as tornado warnings are issued by the National Weather Service. So keep it here on ArklatexHomepage.com for continuous updates throughout the day.